This week's charts were a little quieter than normal, so I borrowed a little from last week's charts, which were bursting, if you guys don't mind. So it's Monday, time for a batch of the new heavies on the Metal Weekly Top 5, where I find, test, and recommend my top 5 most worthy extreme metal albums of this week's new releases here on YouTube. And if you're ready, well, let's dig in right now. We had 17 new albums released this week, and this one made the number 5 position, borrowed over from last week. So Apple Music's metal section is my weapon of choice to source all the latest and greatest metal for my YouTube channel and my Facebook page for you. Today's new album is Emerald Fire's Atop, The Farewell Mountains by Cosmic Putrefaction out of Italy. This is the band's latest album up for a fresh review, so let's go here. First impressions, check out the album cover. My new scorecard has been added right here if you want to check it out. Now, what did you think of the art? Kudos to the designer on their behalf, and so, hey, let's move forward here. Track 1 explodes like a bomb into this drilling doom death metal sound with sinister guttural vocals, deep rangy guitar tones, and gobs of huge bass and thrashing percussion work. And if this is their sound, I can't wait to hear the rest of it. It is this bulldozer-like diesel sound to it. It's really tremendous. I'm loving it. We got track 2. It smashes just as hard with that big jackhammer metal sound, deep spacey guttural vocals, behemoth shredding guitar tones, massive bass, and fire level percussions. Has a certain atmospheric tinge to the sound as well, and I am enjoying it. Track 3 goes heavy but deep, low, and slow, and it is not a ballad. Those dark vocals with that guitar grind and gurgling tone with brutal bass and percussion assault make for a murderous track that sounded really huge. I love it, and it makes me pretty energized. So the rest of the album is very consistent. It's a very journeyful sounding album. It really goes well with that album cover, if you know what I mean. It's tremendous. It's like the Lord of the Rings feel to it. Power and intensity throughout the album is bulldozer locomotive huge. It's undeniably massive. And I think that this is an immense body of work for this band. They are relatively new, and they got 4 albums out since 2018. That is a busy metal band out of Italy for sure. So the vocals are this super huge guttural feel. Guitars have this massive drilling sound, great riffs and chords. The bass is huge, bulldozer level. The drums are rampage and carnage put together. I find that the lyrical theme is dark journeys, becoming a mainstream radio act here. I don't think it's going to happen on this side of the world unless it's my radio station. Range flow and layout of the album is consistent and very tight all the way through. The tracks are arranged with loving care. So this album was borrowed over from last week's leftovers, for lack of a better term, but what a tremendous album. This one here could have actually made my top 5 quite easily. There was so many leftover albums from last week. It broke my heart, to be very frank with you. So I made extra shorts. If you guys want to check them out, that's completely up to you. But getting back to Cosmic Putrefaction, this is a big body of work for them. And I think that, I can imagine the hard work in the studio, getting the band together, the hours, the creativity, all of the stuff that makes up a tremendous album like this. So my final thoughts are, as usual, stream them, love them, get these guys paid. And yeah, we will see you again next time. It's time for me to say goodbye. Terry signing off. Cheers. We'll see you soon.